Wherever you are in your business, in your life right now, in your leadership, there is a level that you are at that you probably haven't graduated from. What I mean by that is that when you think about school, in order for you to go to third grade, you have to graduate from second grade. And in order for you to go to second grade, you have to graduate from first grade. And so sometimes in our life, in our business, in our leadership, we're trying to get to a level 10 leadership without graduating from a level 5 or level 6. And here's how this plays out. I have interviewed a CEO of a small company based in the Nordics. They were shipping and kind of making the connection between the farmers and consumer, and they were able to ship products like fresh vegetables and legumes and fruits online. And then COVID hit, and when COVID hit, their orders kind of skyrocketed. They went through the roof. And when they were a small team, they didn't have a challenge with kind of their sustainable growth. But when this happens, when COVID hit, they were like flooded with orders, and they thought, oh, we have to grow, and this is a demand from the market. So they kind of grew exponentially, and to quote her, they drowned in their own growth. So in other words, because of COVID, that was more or less of a temporary demand, and they were not able to put in place the processes and systems to sustain that kind of growth. And so they didn't really graduate it from 20 employees to go to 60 employees. And that's what they've done in less than 18 months. So in 18 months, they tripled their business size. And they didn't really graduate it from 20 employees. In other words, they didn't have the system, they didn't have the culture, they didn't have the mentorship, they didn't have the training, they didn't have the things in place in order for them to go to 60 employees. So now, if you're watching this and you're a leader, now I want to ask you, like, what level are you at with your team and with your organization? And what do you need to have in place in order for you to have a sustainable growth from here? As leaders, we need to spend time in kind of two places. One is with one foot thinking about the future and casting vision, but also creating the systems that allow us to go to that vision sustainably, right? So are you now looking for getting to a level of growth, to a level of your leadership organization that it's 3 or 4 levels above where you are today? And if you are, then ask yourself, like, what do you need to have in place? I don't think you can skip grades. I don't think you can skip levels. I don't think you can go from 7 to 10 without going through 8 and 9. And so as a leader, then you have a challenge to think about, what do you need in place in order for you to have a sustainable level, whatever level you are at, for this to be sustainable, for things to be figured out. In other words, for you to not have any kind of challenges at this level. So if you figure out this level, then you can confidently go to the next level and to the next level. So I like this analogy because it allows us to work with levels and to see, okay, today I'm at this level, what do I need to have in place? And that becomes a more practical, plan that you can put in place. And then for me to get from here to there, what needs to happen? And that's where you can build on the current level and go to the next. But remember, you can't skip levels, you can't skip grades. You really have to go through all of them, and you need to have different things in place to go through each of them, from this one to the next one.